Chad Cook repeats at Thunder Mountain Speedway. We'll hear from half of the Empty Head Racing team and two-wheeled action from Champion Speedway. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. We begin this week's coverage at Thunder Mountain Speedway with the green flag about to drop on the XL 600 mods. Here are Leon Andrus and Brett Deo.
Down in the one, Eastman's going to try that crossover move again. He knows he needs to get going because Tom Shiner in the 42 has been quick here at the Speedway, and he's already in the third. Look at Jared Jordan working on a top 5 spot. He's got it at turn 4.
And a 51, a Kithcart got by. Jared Jordan, only his third start here on the mountain, looking really strong with that 318 machine. Here comes Brian Mady after major repairs on his 85R machine. As they go by, we got 6 in the books.
Down the back straightaway this time, we'll have the white flag flying for Doug Winhausen.
White flag out, Winhausen. He'll be a happy dude in victory lane if he can pull this off. Eastman one last attack as he's going to take it up high out of the turn. That might have been enough to put Winhausen in the top spot.
Out of turn number 4, first career win here on the mountain for Doug Winhausen. Winhausen gets it done here. Will Eastman for 2, Shiner for 3.
The SRP Sprints made a stop at Thunder Mountain on their road tour, and the win went to Larry Meckick. To street stock action where Steven Deinhardt returned to his winning ways.
Hammer is down. Spencer out front with the number 9. Sharpstein up on the outside. Deinhardt trying to make a hole already there with the 73 as they take it down into turn 3. Out of 4, your leader going to be Matt Spencer.
Spencer out front here in this event down in the turn number 1. Deinhardt way down on the inside, squeezing inside a stack, now inside a Dudley as they head down in the 3.
Spencer drifting up a little bit out of the turns. Deinhardt likes to keep the car down on the bottom. Gets a little trouble this time out of the turn. Deinhardt on the inside, a new leader at the stripe.
Deinhardt working inside of Spencer. He'll get the lead here on lap number 9. He goes to the head of the class.
Matt Spencer a little loose there going through the turns. Now Rich Sharpstein looking to come underneath. There's going to be 2 to go for the street stocks.
Sharpstein way down on the inside operating on Matt Spencer. Able to take that number 2 spot away. A little bit of smoke protruding from the Doug Stack 10.
Force is back out with a 96. White flag coming out for the dominating performance of Deinhardt.
Oh, Zimmer getting it in there. This might be one of those yellow checkers, Leon. Out of turn number 4. Yellow and checkered simultaneously for Steven Deinhardt.
In open sportsman action, it was a repeat win for Eric Leet. To modified action where Chad Cook showed why the outside groove is often the best way to the front.
Out of the turn. Here they come. Spoonhour grabbing the early advantage. Butch Green up on the top side. Brian Malcolm way down deep. Rashinsky up on the outside. They go 3 wide into 4.
Wow, there was a lot of juking and jiving there on that opening lap as they exit turn 4 and click off lap 1. Out front it is Spoonhour. Here comes the 20R, the situation machine up on the outside. He has to check up. He's going to change lanes, run right in the back of Byron Worthing.
Spoonhour showing the way. Butch Green right there running second. Brent Wilcox is third. Byron Worthing fourth. Wilcox is fifth. Rashinsky sixth. Then it's the Ryan Express. Ryan Jordan Mahaney up on his outside.
Oh, Mahaney got wide that time in turn 4, only lost 1 position there, as he'll go right back to the top between turns 1 and 2. Chad Cook down on the inside, working by Jordan. Out of turn number 4, Butch Green still working on that outside. He's trying to get something cooking there as he runs lap after lap on the outside. It's got a gaggle of 4 of them going after the lead.
A lot of battle for positions throughout the pack. But up front, going to start to tighten up. Brian Malcolm closing in on the 222 of Chad Cook now. Spoonhour hanging on to 5th. Mahaney looking for a way by.
Down into turn number 3, Butch Green, lap after lap, occupying that outside lane. We've got battles all the way through this speedway as we've got cars high, low, through the middle, everywhere.
Green not going to give up on the outside. Probably got that car set up for out there. Chad Cook right now biding time for 3rd. Brian Malcolm is 4th. Spoonhour down on the bottom 5th. Mahaney is 6th. 7th is Worthing. 8th is Bob Henry. 9th, Colt Wilson. In 10th, I believe, is Mike Nagel.
Wow. Halfway home and the battle rages on for the lead. Butch Green on the outside down there in the turn number 3. Out of 4 this time. He may pull even with the 27 of Wilcox.
Lamp traffic going to be coming up if he stays on the top side. Butch Green, Wilcox trying to come up a little bit, trying to use that car as a pick as they work it through the turn.
And at turn number 4, Butch Green again upstairs, going after that race lead, occupied by Brent Wilcox. Wilcox slides up off the bottom just a little bit. Butch Green, big run to the outside.
Green a little closer now as he works that outside lane. Really looking strong up on the top side in that Trackside Product sponsored 56.
Wow, up there to the top. Oh, Wilcox shuts the door on him. Over there on the back straightaway, Green's going to come right back down. Wow, Chad Cook's going to go upstairs now on Butch Green. He'll get the power down. Whoa, we got a little bit of juke and jive out of turn number 2. Everybody keeps it rolling. Chad Cook's got the outside into turn number 1. Wow, 5 to go this time as they exit turn number 4. Cook's got the top side cranking now. Is the 27 of Wilcox going to be able to block both lanes? Wow, Chad Cook to the head of the class on the outside here with just 3 laps remaining. Wilcox came up there to make some contact and wasn't able to hold him off.
White flag out.
1 more lap to go for Deposits Chad Cook. What a run through the field he had here tonight as they head out of turn number 2 down the backstretch for the final time.
Out of the turn, the win gonna go to Chad Cook, Brent Wilcox, Butch Green, Brian Malcolm, Billy Spoonhour, Mike Mahaney, Bob Henry.
The rookie sportsman win went to Cody Bishop, and the 4-cylinder win to Mike Robinson. And Uncle Pat didn't cut Dustin Jordan any slack in the 602 Sportsman feature.
Mady and Pat Jordan battling for 2nd and 3rd as Dustin Jordan continues to lead. Well, he's got 2 heavy competitors inside and out of him as they come out of the turn here. It's still Dustin Jordan here at the stripe, 14 in, 6 to go.
Wow, 6 laps to go, and here comes Uncle Pat up there on the outside making a run. He may sweep around both of them into turn number 3. Dustin Jordan arcs it down to the inside. Mady right there.
They go by, 5 laps remain. Shane Spoonhour running 4th. Krebs is 5th. Mady taking a look to the inside of Dustin. Dustin is going to be hard to try to hold off inside and outside. Has to run his own line at the stripe, 16 in, 4 to go.
Wow, looks like Pat Jordan may pull off the 2-for pass, sweeping around the outside of both Mady and Dustin Jordan as he takes it hard down there in the turn 3 out of 4 this time.
Pat Jordan, your new leaders. They went by the stripe this time in a 25. Dustin Jordan still on the inside. Here comes Shane Spoonhour now up to challenge the 2 of Brian Mady. Down into 3. Hang on. The win gonna go to Pat Jordan. Dustin Jordan right there second. Brian Mady third. Shane Spoonhour fourth. Krebs is fifth.
At the Chemung Speedrome, Jimmy Zacharias, Mike Nickel, Greg Molt, Matt Krzyzewski, and Rudy Roth found victory lane. I-88 wins went to Mike Mahaney, Charlie Hendrickson Jr., Tom Savercool, Eric Boyd, Ralph Kuzo Jr., Jim Sherman, and Brian Moore. Lee DeWitt, Scott Smith, Will Ward, Buck Mills Jr., and Lee Wagner all scored victories at Skyline Raceway. Mike Stoddard is one of the most popular and successful drivers ever at 5 Mile Point Speedway, and his son Tyler is not far behind. This week we talk with the younger of the Empty Head Racing team. More straight ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Satico's Catholic Shop on Endicott's Washington Avenue has offered our Catholic community the finest selection of religious gifts, holy medals, rosaries, statues, and more. Visit Satico's Catholic Shop, Washington Avenue, Endicott.
Foundation alert! Foundation alert!
Pick me! Pick me!
We don't badmouth the competition.
Huh?
We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service.
Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. If you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in, call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
You're watching the Race Report on Fox 40.
We're here at Chubby Sports Bar in Johnson City. Got a chance to interview the Empty Head Racing team tonight. Going to talk with Tyler Stoddard, the son of Mike Stoddard. Tyler, tell us about your racing career. How'd you get started in racing?
Well, I got started, I think it was 10 years ago, and our crew decided to put together a backup car for all the crew guys to run. And I ended up running it the first night, and got a top 5 by luck, I guess we'll say. I was the last car to break and ended up in 5th, and I said, hey, this is easy, I can do this. And I pretty much took the ride from the crew guys and ran it pretty much that whole season, and finished 1 spot out of Rookie of the Year at the track we were running, and it just lit the fire. So that's how I got started, really.
That was in the IMCA division?
That was in the IMCA division. It was, my dad had got a new car. We still had the old car, and it was in pretty rough shape, but we had enough parts for it that we could field another car. And so we tried it out, and it was there for, if he needed it, to have him jump in for a backup car type thing. But he never needed it that year, and now it's all mine, so he can't have it.
Yeah. And you've done a great job with it. You've learned over the years. So
Yeah.
I guess that leads to my next question. How does it feel to go out there week in and week out, Fridays at I-88, Saturdays at 5 Mile or Skyline, wherever you happen to go, and run with your dad? How does that feel?
It's just great. It's like something that you can't really explain doing it with your father. It's just so much fun to work on the cars together and then go out and see all of our hard work, whether one of us does good, whether we both do good, or whether we both have a tough night. It's just so much fun to do all this stuff together that it's just fun, and that's what it's about.
Well, no question. Having fun is first and foremost. Doing it with family is a great deal. So the nights you do go out there, I personally remember maybe 1 or 2 nights, one for sure, that you guys finished 1-2, and that's got to be a great highlight.
Yep, it was. If you ask my dad about it, he says, Tyler would have wanted it the other way, but there's a little of that, but just being right there, watching him, I'm following him every lap and stuff, and man, I can't catch him. Man, his car's going so fast. It was just so exhilarating to have our first 1-2, and that was earlier this year at I-88 Speedway. And that was the first time we ever finished 1-2. So it was.
Like I said, I couldn't remember. I think you were close in one other race there with him. So Now, your season itself, how would you say your season's going?
Mine's going pretty well. I mean, I'm just going out and trying to do, the best I can do on any given night, whether it be, I really, really want to win, but if I'm in the top 5, I'm happy. If I can get a solid top 10 where there's no issues, it's just, it's about having fun, and that's what I want to just keep on doing every week, is going out and having fun.
What would you say is your biggest highlight today?
My biggest highlight was in 2009, I won the Heath Memorial at 5 Mile Point. And I was just, I had been on a real consistent, I was getting fourth. And it was just my night, I guess. And I was able to battle back from third with 2 to go. I led 17 laps or something like that, and then I got passed by 2 guys on a restart, and I managed to get back by them both on the last lap. So it was, every once in a while we find that video and we put it in the garage, and it's just like I just sit down and just got to watch it.
Yeah, well, there's no question between the Heath Memorial at 5 Mile and Little Mike's Race to Win, they're probably 2 big races for you IMCA guys at 5 Mile, no question about that.
Yeah.
One of the things you always need to do is talk about your sponsors, talk about crew guys that help you get their crew women. I don't want to miss, I don't know who's all helping you out. So
right now we've got PJF Enterprises, and they're one of our big sponsors. They've been with our race team since he started racing these cars in 99, I think, 98, 99, and they're real good sponsor of ours. And then there's Environ Services and Calibrations. It's like 2 separate things, but they're the same. So, and I used to work there for probably 5 years. I worked there, and one of my buddies from high school is a tattoo artist, and he owns Stay Famous Tattoo in Bainbridge, and he's one of our sponsors. And we have Curcio Printing as well, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple, but I gotta thank my wife and my 2 daughters, because my 2 little girls, they always like to come and help me wash the car. They can't really do a lot, but they'll get that brush and they'll just keep cleaning that one panel, and they'll do a great job on that. And my wife puts up with a lot. Long nights in the garage and late nights at the track, and every once in a while she comes and helps us out. We had a big race at Weedsport this year, and it was, I had the flu, but still got a race, and my wife actually drove me to the track. I was sicker than a dog the whole time, and we still got the race. So I got to thank her a ton. And then we have Ben Lewis, and he's just one of those guys. He's always there, and whatever we need, he's in there doing it. And I remember probably 5 or 6 years ago, something happened to my car, wiring issue, and he climbed in my car upside down, and all that were sticking out were his feet. And one of the racers we raced with come over and said, "What the heck is your crew guy doing?" I go, "He's rewiring the car. Something happened. Some wire burned up or something." And he goes, "He needs to go in there upside down to do that?" And I go, "Well, that's what he thought he needed to do, I guess." And we've got Sean Stalker, who he's learning, and he's always willing to learn. And he's there, 90% of the time in the garage with us, just soaking it all in, trying to learn as much as he can. And we got a new guy this year. His name's Joe Fiala, and he's a young guy, and he's really willing to learn. And he'll just, "Hey, I'll do this. You go do something else that I don't understand, don't know how to do. I can do this, so you just let me do this, and I'll go take care of everything else." If it's not for them, we might not be doing this. We might not be fielding 2 cars. Who's to say 1 car even if we didn't have our crew? So.
Okay, and I have one last question. Basically, the IMCA division. What draws you to this division?
Well, my dad was running it, like I said earlier, from 98, 99, and kind of got me into it. And I just like it because our tire is so hard, and it keeps everything in check. I mean, some guy could have, an 800 horsepower motor, and another guy could have a 450 horsepower motor, and they can race side by side because of the tire. I mean, we complain a lot about the tire because it's so hard, but it's what this class is based around. We all have the same tire. We all race on the same tracks. So it's all about everything else that you can do to get that little edge.
And what I find unique about it is because last year there was a guy that came up from Texas that ran up here at I-88, then went up to Skyline and ran that same night. And here just a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks ago, a guy came up, where was he, from North Carolina,
I think.
He came up and ran, and then went out and ran another night. He lived up in central New York, up by Syracuse somewhere. He says, "Well, I'm going home. I might as well bring my car with me because in IMCA rules, you're legal there, you're legal here." And I think that's pretty unique.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, we could go clear to California, and there's tracks all the way across the country, down south, all over. And pretty much what I do when I go on vacation is I try and find a track to go watch, to see what the IMCA guys are doing down there. And usually it's my vacation times are around holidays, and last vacation I went on to was to San Antonio, Texas, and there was a track 15 minutes away from where I was staying, and it wasn't running that weekend because it was Easter, so it was tough.
Yeah, there's no question. I've always told my wife, I said, it's the American tradition. If I'm going on vacation, there better be a racetrack someplace where I'm going, because I refuse not to go to a race if it's warm enough to go. So, but anyways, anything you'd like to say that we forgot to talk about?
I don't think so, other than, come and watch us at I-88 on Friday nights. The more people, the better. And
like I said, you usually keep them informed on Facebook or some kind of social media where you're racing on Saturdays or on any of the specials. So
I try to, but I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. So.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here, and hope you have nothing but the best rest of the season.
.1, The Hawk, #1 for 20 in a row.
This is Luke Brown.
This is Eric Church.
This is Tim McGraw.
Binghamton's hot new country. 98.1, The Hawk.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Champion Speedway was in action last Saturday with 2- and 4-wheeled action. On the microphone is Jason Bonsignor.
Mikey Buman. Buman's in control, middle and second. Jerry Harmon in third. Mikey Buman down the back straightaway for the win. At a middle second. Jerry Harmon third, Hawkins fourth, Oakton fifth. Give it up for Mikey Buman.
Please join us Monday night at Chubby's Sports Bar, 7 o'clock for the taping of the Race Report, 8 o'clock for the Salamita State Fair Speedy Sauce Race Team Trivia. Our guests this week are the Sherwood and Yoakum race teams. The Mid-State Vintage Stock Car Club was on hand Saturday night at Thunder Mountain Speedway, so we leave you this week with racing action from back in the day. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
Out of turn 2, still Appleby out front. The race within a race. Brian Moore right now, the top classified sportsman car, holding on to that 4 spot, first in class out of turn 2.
Halfway, 6 in, 6 to go. Appleby, your leader in the modifieds, and your leader in the sportsman is Brian Moore in that 62S, but he's being challenged now by Greg Young out of Corning, New York.
Young going up there to the outside out of turn number 4 this time in that second race. 17 got loose over there in turn 2 of Scott. He got it back.
They're working it out of the turn to Appleby. Looking strong out front in that number 9 machine. Running there second is Sherman. Gordy Wood in that 90. Oh, the 52 slowing into 96 slowing. A double dip. That's going to give the sportsman win to the 62 by default.
Wow, some attrition here coming in the Mid-State Vintage feature as the field continues to rumble. 2 to go.
You can see the 52, his problem, overheating down there. Not sure what happened to the Gordy Wood car, but out front it's all Appleby. The battle is for second and third. And the sportsman, he was the sportsman winner last night, I-88, Brian Moore. He's going to double dip the weekend.
Checker will fly for Appleby in the 9. He's your modified winner. Moore will be your sportsman winner. There they are, side by each.